Vile and stomach-churning details have emerged after the DOJ released millions of more documents pertaining to the Jeffrey Epstein files, which consist of emails, witness accounts, and much more. Shocking information and harrowing images revealed in the dump have pulled back the curtain on the world's elite and the crimes perpetrated by the notorious pedophile. Here are the most disturbing revelations to be uncovered from the vast trove so far. Several lawmakers who were given the opportunity to spend hours poring over the DOJ's cache of unredacted investigative files made harrowing revelations to reporters, including about one of Jeffrey Epstein's youngest victims.
When you read through these files and you read about 15-year-old girls, 14-year-old girls, 10-year-old girls, I saw a mention of a 9-year-old girl today. I mean, this is just preposterous.
Lawmakers also revealed that the names of 6 men, including prominent individuals, were redacted from the public files who they claimed were likely incriminated.
But what I saw that bothered me were the names of at least 6 men that have been redacted that are likely incriminated by their inclusion in these files.
There are very powerful people who raped these underage girls. It wasn't just Epstein and Maxwell. And what we want to do is have the investigation to get to those people, to answer those questions. These men are Salvatore Navora, Zorab Mikaladze, Leopig Leonor, Nicola Caputa, Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, CEO of Dubai Ports World, and billionaire businessman Leslie Wexner, who was labeled as a co-conspirator by the FBI.
In a sickening reveal from the now public files, one of Jeffrey Epstein's teen accusers alleged she was used as a human incubator to create a, quote, superior gene pool, and that the newborn was apparently snatched from her just minutes after giving birth. The claim was laid bare in a diary entry written in a basic cipher describing how the teen gave birth to the little girl around 2002 when she was just 16 or 17 years of age. I only got 10 to 15 minutes to hold and feed her before they took her. She is mine. I want her back, she wrote. The entry, which also included an image of a 20-week pregnancy scan, went on to suggest Ghislaine Maxwell had been there at the time of the birth. In the hall, Ghislaine said she was beautiful. She was. Not is. Where is she? Why did she stop whimpering? She was born. I heard the tiny cries, the accuser wrote. I miss the person I was before I was made into what feels like a human incubator, she continued. Elsewhere in the entry, the teen bluntly stated, I am beyond broken. The disgraced New York City financier may have also had a secret child in 2011, according to a bombshell email reportedly sent by then Prince Andrew's ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson. Ferguson congratulated him in the note sent on September 21, 2011, after he was already convicted of sex with an underage girl, according to files. Don't know if you're still on this BBM, but heard from the Duke that you have had a baby boy, Ferguson wrote, according to the released email. If Ferguson was correct, that child, if alive, would be 15 years old today. Andrew, who has long been accused of being one of Epstein's notorious clients, appears frequently in the new files, from emails in which he offers Epstein to stay in Buckingham Palace for a dinner with, quote, lots of privacy, to a disturbing photo of Andrew hovering on all fours over an unknown woman or girl sprawled on her back on the floor. The ousted prince was stripped of any remaining royal titles and honors in 2025 following new revelations from a posthumous memoir by Virginia Giuffre, in which she alleged she was forced by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell to have sex with the prince when she was 17. Disturbing videos believed to have been obtained from Epstein's computer show seemingly young girls in varying states of undress performing apparent catwalk auditions for him over the years. The heavily redacted clips featuring the young would-be models support rampant theories and speculation that the convicted sex offender lured victims under the guise that he could propel their careers. At least one clip showed a female filming herself in a foreign country, Russia in this case, further suggesting that those swept up in Epstein's orbit came from across the globe. Since the massive file drop hit, online sleuths have been drawing sinister conclusions about many of the newly revealed details and images, which have been released with little or no context. One document that included the order of 6 55-gallon barrels of sulfuric acid caused some to speculate they could have been used for dissolving human remains. Meanwhile, a photo showing a creepy-looking trapdoor on Epstein's private island that leads to water, which some rumored to be an escape route to sea. While there are many damning pieces of evidence that point to evil acts that took place on the island, these two snapshots are likely not among them. The explanation lies in potable water. According to fact-checking site Snopes.com, the trapdoor likely leads to a water filtration system common across the U.S. Virgin Islands, where Little St. James is located, due to limited fresh water resources. Other photos of the room also show bags of calcium carbonate, which is often used to maintain these kinds of systems. Sulfuric acid is also commonly used in water treatment and filtration. In one email to Epstein sent years before the aforementioned bulk order, a U.S. Virgin Islands operations manager suggests a feed pump for sulfuric acid to be installed in the island's treatment plant to balance pH levels. They also mention calcium carbonate in the message, which supports the trapdoor theory. Another piece of evidence to emerge from the files has supercharged the long-standing conspiracy theory that Epstein didn't kill himself. Two DOJ news releases about Epstein's death were dated August 9th, the day before Epstein is said to have died on August 10th. The discrepancy has led some users to speculate that the DOJ had drafted the release ahead of Epstein's death. However, the department claimed in a statement that this was merely a mistake. While initial drafts of the statement list the previous date, this was merely an unfortunate typo that was later updated to reflect the correct date before being publicized. Any suggestion that the department drafted a statement in advance of Jeffrey Epstein's death is false, the statement read. According to Snopes, while the assertion that this was indeed a mistake is plausible, it's impossible to verify or debunk without the metadata of the original files, which the DOJ has not provided.